a coach, educator, trainer. He's an author also. He's a keynote speaker. So a lot of, titles added to her sweet little name, Cheryl Pinto, who has a, okay, so hi there from everyone from Cheryl in the chat box. So he's a founder and CEO of Wealth Works Solution Inc. in Canada, and works with people who want to achieve financial freedom. So she has written a lot of books on freedom, financial freedom, such as Money, Master the Mind Game. And she has a postgraduate master's, MBA in finance and international business. He's also delivers training and courses in financial freedom, career growth, women's leadership. She has delivered a lot of keynotes and trainings at Oracle Corporation, National Fame, Skyline University, SPJ, St. Mary's Church. So it's so nice to have you, Cheryl, here. And, he has worked with a lot of banks for 17 years and being promoted at an average of every 2.5 years. That's awesome. So, that's a great achievement that you have, and a lot of tags on you. With that warm heart and a sweet, charming smile on your face, I welcome you on the stage. It's all yours. Thank you so much for joining us at Brainciti.
Hello. Good evening. Good morning, everybody. What's up? What's up? As I like to say, I'm going to plug in my mic just so you can hear my audio perfectly. Can you give me a thumbs up that you can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Okay, the audio is clear, right? Coming through well. Amazing to see everybody. So before we begin, before I do the slideshows and all that, let me get to know you guys, okay? Where are you guys coming in from? I've seen Michael, who I know here, so I'm guessing that he's from Dubai. Tell me which country you're coming in from. Dubai, India, just type it in the comments so I know where you guys are from. And also, if you're driving, I say park on the side because there's going to be a lot of typing. It's not safe to type when you're driving, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to ask a lot of questions. We're going to have an engaging conversation because we're here to connect. So I have Hyderabad, India, amazing. Michael's from Dubai. Sarath is from India. Shiva is from New York, USA. What's up? I'm from Canada. And we have two India, Rajiv, Naveen, Nidhi, of course, Mumbai, Nandkumar, Pune, India. And we have Bhagwat, who's from India. Oh, wow, we have a lot of India. This is awesome. And we have Aham Saif, who's also from India. Sunita from Dubai. Venkatesh from India. Amazing. Namaste. Welcome. And assalamu alaikum, depending on India or Dubai. So this is awesome. Now type in the comments and tell me, where are you in your career? Are you A, so you're starting? Are you B, so that's mid-level? Or are you C, which is senior? Okay. And now I want to know, where are you guys? So I know how to actually curate today's presentation to make it related to you. So I have Rajiv, who's a senior, Arul, who's mid, Shiva, who's senior. Amazing. This is awesome. This is amazing. Okay, awesome. And the rest of you are probably what? A is like the beginning of your career. B is like mid-level of career. C, senior level. I just like to know where you guys are. B, that's awesome. Okay, Nandkumar, I see you. Any more, guys? I want to know where you guys are. You studying? Are you students? If you're students, then please type S. I didn't think of that. If you're any students here, then please type S. Okay, this is awesome. Nana says A minus. I really don't know what that means, but I'd love to hear what that means later. But that's awesome. Okay, good. So we have mostly C's and we have some B's. Okay, awesome. And Arul says you're a student for me. This is awesome. I mean, this is an awesome thing to be a student. So we've got Manohar, Nidhi all coming in at B's. We've got Dipankar who's at C. Awesome. I love it. So we have more B's and C's, which is amazing. Okay, this is amazing. And of course, I hope everybody's an S here, right? Just like Arul said, because we're all here to learn. What you're going to learn here today, pay close attention. Pay close attention, almost as if your life depends on it, because you're never going to learn this anywhere else. And I don't say that lightly. You'll know what I mean when I'm going to teach you guys what we're going to talk about today. So this is amazing. Thank you so much, guys. It's really nice to know that we have B's and C's here today mostly. And this is perfect for you guys. Okay, so today's presentation is absolutely perfect. Let me just share my screen and let's get a thumbs up from you guys to confirm that you can see my screen. Just give me a moment. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited for you guys to learn what you're going to learn today. I think you're going to love it. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. You see that? The 3 secrets to build wealth. Nidhi? Naina?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Because I can see you guys and I can see Manohar. I can only see these videos. So it would be amazing if all of you would turn your videos on, Shiva's videos on as well. Because when I can see you guys, I can connect with you. I know if you all are responding, I'll ask you for thumbs up. Of course, if you're comfortable, do that. It's always amazing to see. Oh, by the way, did I forget to tell you that you are beautiful no matter how you're looking today? So please turn your videos on. You are absolutely gorgeous and handsome and stunning. So turn your videos on because I want to see all of you. Okay. All right, good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So 3 secrets to building wealth by Cheryl Pinto. This is me. It is my honor, totally privileged to be here with you guys, sharing this knowledge that I have gained over my lifetime. Okay. So just to give you a brief background, of course, Nidhi did a fantastic job, but a quick one thing that I want you guys to know is that I worked for 17 years in banking. And why this is important is that it taught me a lot about money and how money works and things that we are not told otherwise in the world, which is why I now teach what I teach. Okay, so you guys have that perspective. Okay, so let's move in now to what do we have as the rules of freedom? I call this rules of freedom. Who's heard me speak before would know this, but I see that a lot of you are new here, so I'll tell you what the rules are. Rule number 1 is that we have fun. Fun. What do you mean by fun? I mean, what are we doing so far? You chat in the comments, you smile, you give thumbs up, you clap. Why? Because as I say, if you don't have fun, it won't get done. What won't get done? The knowledge, the learning, the education won't get done. Is that making sense? Give me a thumbs up. You can move your thumbs like this as well, because that helps you to wake up. Manor, move your thumbs. I can see that. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to have fun. Rule number 2 is when I say, how's the energy in here? So I'm going to go like this. How's the energy in here? And I want you to go, hi. All right. So let me hear you guys. You can shout that. You can unmute if you want to. If you don't want to unmute, that's okay. Or don't want to type, you type. How's the energy in here? Hi. And how's everybody doing?
Very nice.
Awesome. The answer is always awesome. You got it? Let's see. If the energy is high and if everybody's awesome, we're going to go at this. We're going to stop. Okay. So 3, 2, 1. How's the energy in here?
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know.
You can type it in the chat. How's the energy? How's the energy? I got a hi from Nankumar. Awesome. Let's see the rest of me. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Hi. Way to go. Arul, hi. Shiva, hi.
Very high.
Good. Very high. I love it. Way to go, guys. Look at all those handsome faces on camera now. Sabita, hi. Aham is hi. I love you guys. Awesome. Awesome. And how's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Let me hear it. How are you guys doing? Awesome. 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 Amazing. Nankumar is awesome. Michael is awesome. I love this. Lidhi is awesome. Way to go, guys. Okay, good. So now I know that you guys are really interested to learn and you're ready to learn. So let's jump in. Before we get into this today's topic, I'm going to ask you for your permission. Why do I need your permission? Because today I'm going to be saying things that might stir you a bit. That might even shake you a bit. That might shock you a bit. So I want to know if I have your permission. Give me a thumbs up. An emoji is cool, or just a thumbs up. I want to know if it's okay with you guys to say things that are not ordinary, guys. Yeah, I can see Shiva's nodding. Awesome. So I have your permission, everybody? Ready to go? Let's go. Okay, so today's agenda. This is awesome. Thank you very much, guys. You're going to learn the truth about making money. You're going to learn the truth about our education system. You're going to learn the truth about time and money. And finally, you're going to get some inspiration today that you can take home to change your financial future and your family's financial future. I want you to write down whatever inspires you. It's very important to write down what inspires you. We'll talk about this at the end of the session. Okay, sounds good? Okay, guys, so let's jump into the 3 secrets like I promised. So no more wasting time. Let's talk about secret 1. And in secret 1, I'm going to introduce you to our 2 actors. Okay, so you're going to meet Bob and Lucy. Bob and Lucy. Here's Bob. He makes $100,000 a year. A month would be nice, but let's say a year. Lucy makes $50,000 a year. Okay. I want you to tell me who is wealthy. Type it in the chat. Fast, fast, fast. Type it in the chat. I'm going to bring some coffee while you guys are typing. Who is wealthy? It's very easy. You don't have to think about it. Bob, one who start early. Bob, yeah, early. Very interesting. Cheryl is wealthy, yeah, but it was Bob and Lucy. Thanks, Naina. Lucy, okay, Madhu said Lucy, very interesting. Okay, depends on what they do with their income. Absolutely. So the first answer that usually comes to people's mind is Bob, because he's making a lot of money. And Shiva, as Shiva said, here is something really, really critical, and that's important. All our lives, we have been taught to make money. Yes or no? You go to school, they tell you to make more money. You go to a job, you're always running towards making more money.
We are all focused on making more money. It's very good. I did the same thing until I realized that this was not the way to become financially free. Why? Because what matters is what do you do with this money? This is the most important thing. Let me show you, okay? It's very important to see it in front of your eyes. This is a very clear illustration. I'm going to show you Bob because, he's very wealthy, and this happens usually when people make money. I mean, he's making a lot of income. They don't save. People who are in high income tend to think, I'm going to keep making a lot of money. So take a look at this illustration. It's fantastic, okay, on what happens with simply Bob, who is making the 100K, but he spends all of it because he's like, I'm making a lot of money and I'm going to keep making a lot of money. However, habits that start early continue forward forever. Mostly, of course, unless something happens and we change it. So what happens here is that Bob, who's made the 100,000 every year, in 20 years, he's broke. In 30 years, he's broke and desperate. I have actually given you a best case scenario here because there is no debt included. People who earn more, borrow more because banks will lend to them easily, right? Is that making sense? So people who earn more will actually borrow more and dig themselves deeper into this grave, right? Now, people who earn less are sometimes more cautious about their money. In this case, Lucy has. So what she does, she spends 35 and she invests 15. And if she does this for 20 years, earning say 6%, I want you to take a look at this graph below. I don't want to get too technical because numbers tend to block people's mind out, and I don't want to do that. I want you guys to keep your mind open. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. There are thousands of calculators online. You can just punch the numbers and you will get it. What I want you to see is what's happening here. What you see on this chart is what's called compound interest. Take a look at what is happening. The green portion is interest. Her money is increasing without her actually putting that amount of money. So if you see the blue is how much she invests and the rest is green, just compound interest. I'll tell you this, human mind can't understand compound interest. We cannot. It is a manufacturing setup. You cannot expect a Toyota drive like a Ferrari. The human mind cannot understand compound interest, no matter how intelligent we are. This is a manufacturing setup. So what have you got to do? Use calculators to see what does compound interest do. We cannot, in our mind, see what's going to happen 20 years in the future, which is why Einstein called this the eighth wonder of the world. You think Einstein's intelligent, right? Smart guy, Einstein? You think he knows what he's talking about? So if he, that really intelligent guy, called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, pay attention. Yes? Pay attention. So he said the one who understands it earns it. The one who doesn't understand it pays it. And right now, are we all paying compound interest? Yes or no? Let me see in the comments. Let's see who's talking to me. You can see some chat. Compounding. Arul is like compounding. Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, are we all paying compound interest today? Do you know if you're paying compound interest? That's probably another question to be asked. Yes, Michael says yes. Yeah. And when I say compound interest, I mean anything that you are borrowing is compound interest. All the banks charge is compound interest, okay? Most of it, all of it. Everybody's paying compound interest. Yes, Bhagwat is saying, yes, I'm paying compound interest. Are we making compound interest? No, most of us are not. And that's why we are stuck, okay? So here's the secret. Write it down, take a screenshot. The slide is coming up next. Take a look at what secret number 1 is. Ready? Got everybody's attention? Very good. All right, guys, if you're driving, really just park the car on the side. All right, secret number 1 is it's not how much money you make. It really, to some degree, does not matter how much money you make. What matters is what you do with that money. How much of that money you keep for yourself and what do you do with that money? Is this making sense? Give me a yes, yes. Give me a thumbs up. Type yes, yes in the chat. Okay. If any of this resonates with you, if it inspires you, write it down. Okay, good. We're going to jump into secret number 2. There's like so much to be talked about when it comes to wealth, but I'm really distilling it into 3 secrets because these things, I believe if you get this, you will be on your way. Okay. You really need to understand this. Secret number 2. And this is the question I'm going to ask you guys. Okay. And this is time for you to type, everybody. Woo! Typing time. Move those thumbs. Okay. How many years did you spend going to school and getting an education? And while you guys are typing that, I'm going to, help your creative juices to flow. Why do you go to school? Why do you go to university in the first place? Do you know why? You go to school, you go to university.
That you can go and make money, right? Okay, so let me see. To study. Rajaram says to study. Yes, absolutely. That's true. You study. But why do you study? You study. If it was only to study,
get degrees, you would take the degrees and stay at home, right? But you're actually studying so that Arul said it to make money. Manohar said it to make money. You're actually not studying to just study. You're studying because you hope that in the future you will gain skills to work. Yes, Michael, and that work will bring you money. Absolutely. Very good. So now you guys are getting thoughts, right? So you are spending, and somebody said they spend 17 years to study. What kind of degrees do you guys hold or qualification? Feel free to type that in. I'd love to hear that. Dipankar is saying because parents push you. Yeah, parents are pushing you because they want you to go ahead and make money. It's all about that. So you're spending 17 years. Some people spend 20 years, depending upon what you have, whatever qualifications you have, right? So you spend 17 years studying to make money. How many years do people on an average work to make money? How many years? Do people average? How many years are people working to make money? 25 years. Okay, is that studying, Rajram, or working? Okay, whichever one it is. Say 20 plus 20. So that's 45 years. 40 years working, absolutely, till 60 years. So say you're working 40 years, say you're studying 20 years, just for math's sake, right? How many years are we spending in the pursuit of money? Pursuit, I mean, after money, in the search for money. How many years of our life do we dedicate for money? Tell me. I'm waiting for your answers. Yeah, Manohar is like 25 years. Oh, education. Wow, Manohar, what did you study? 25 years. That's awesome. Yeah, all the years that we're alive, Dipankar says. Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a pretty accurate answer. All the years that we are alive, whole lifetime. Yes, Rajaram. We are spending for money, right? Have you ever stopped to think about it? Isn't it crazy that money is the most important thing, although we don't like to admit it, that we spend all our lives for it? Because if you don't make money, you're not going to be able to live, right? It's pretty difficult. No problem, Nand Kumar. You can find us on YouTube, I'm sure, but thank you so much for letting us know. Really, really glad to have you here. So the point is now, how much education did you receive on learning what to do with this money once you have it? So you spend your whole life after money. What do you do with this money after you have it? Did you get any education in school on personal finance? Anybody here? No. Did anybody get any MBAs where they taught you personal finance? No. I have an MBA in finance. Did they teach me how to deal with personal finance? No. So everybody is saying no. Who is going to teach you about personal finance, my friend? Arul's MBA helped him to marry. That's very good. Let's all clap for Arul. Maybe his wife has a lot of money and so he got money because of it. I hope she taught you something about personal finance, but nobody teaches us about personal finance, right? All right. I don't get that, Dipankar. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. So take a look at this question that I'm going to ask you guys. I want you to imagine that you have $100,000 sitting in your account and I have $1,000 sitting in my account. Who is the banker or the personal finance advisor going to call and give information on the latest investment opportunity available, financial advice, how to improve your taxation, all that kind of stuff? Who is the banker going to call? Is the banker going to call you because you have 100,000 in your account, or are they going to call me because I have 1,000 in my account? Who's the banker going to call? Obviously you, right? Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, right? You guys know this? That the bankers will always, financial advisors will always call those people who have money in their account and want to give them wealth advice. Yes? Everybody knows this, right? Because I come from the banking profession. I just want to make sure that you guys understand this. Just give me a type of yes in the comments or.
100,000. The banker is saying, yeah, absolutely. They will call the 100,000 guy. Yeah, okay. So what happens now? Can you see that the rich get richer because they are getting financial,
personal finance knowledge, financial advice, investment advice. Is this making sense? Whoever here has studied whatever you studied it, you are now good at it because you studied it. So if you're a doctor, if there's a doctor in here, you studied. Manohar studied for 25 years to be good at something. If you don't study about money and how wealth works, how will you ever be good at it? Is that landing? And that is the gap, that we are not taught anything about how wealth works. And this is what the wealthy do. This is secret number 2. Secret number 2, write it down. If you want to be wealthy, you want to be doing this. Do you want to be wealthy? Say yes. Say it out loud. Yes, you want to be wealthy.
Yes.
Because if you didn't want to be wealthy, you would not be on this presentation. If you don't want to be wealthy, you will not be able to serve your family,
Yes.
your country, this community. You need wealth. So let's take a look at secret number 2. Write it down. The wealthy learn how wealth works. Got it? Thank you, Michael. Michael's like, yes, I want to be wealthy. And we all have to say it, state it, stake the claim that we want to be wealthy. That's how the whole, for all of us who believe in the universe and things like that, and law of attraction, things are coming to you. When you say you want it, that's when it comes to you. Okay. So now people are saying, yes, way to go, guys. She was like, yes, give me the money. Manohar's like, I want to buy my first Jaguar. Yes, you will, Manohar, buy your first Jaguar. Okay, so you're going to learn how money works and you will buy your Jaguar and you will do it in a smart way. Okay, so this is awesome. Now, of course, the next question is, where do I learn? Because school's not teaching you. Think about it. School's not teaching you. University is not teaching you. MBAs are not teaching you. This is a huge, I can't exaggerate how huge problem. So where will you go to learn personal finance? Well, thankfully, we are in 2021 and we have so many avenues to learn, but the responsibility is on you. No, there's no teacher, there's no exam, there's no certification. The onus of this whole responsibility is on you. So where will you go? Books. You have so many books on personal finance. You have courses that you can take on personal finance. You could get a coach or a mentor on personal finance. If you need book recommendations or courses or coach recommendations, ask me in the Q&A session. I just want to make sure that I respect our time and move forward because there's so many things that we could talk about. Okay. So before we go ahead, now it's time to unmute your mics. So
everywhere you can drive, you should unmute your mic. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1. How's the energy in here? I unmuted my mic. Love it, guys. And how's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Love it. Love it. You're excited. Way to go. We are going to be excited because if we don't have fun, it won't get done. Amazing. Love you guys. You guys are a great sport. Okay, Arul is like, awesome, amazing. So I'm going to put my mic back in so that I can hear you guys. Okay, now we're good. Let's rock and roll.
Next secret number 3. Oh, guys, get ready for this one. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. This one is going to blow your socks off and kind of have some light bulbs going off no matter where you are and what you've learned so far. So time is equal to money. Everybody heard this? Give me a thumbs up. Time is equal to money. Yeah, everybody believes it. Time is equal to money, right? Right? Of course, you believe time is equal to money. Does anyone here not believe it? We all believe time is money. Everybody has told us time is money. Now, because we believe this, what do? We work longer and longer hours. We think if we put in more time, we will make more money. Right? This is pretty logical. Everybody has told you this. Everybody believes this. Fantastic. Okay, someone doesn't believe this. I'd really love to hear because this is what I call the great lie. Allow me to explain why I call this the great lie. It is amazing if time is equal to money. If you had unlimited number of hours in a day, take a look at this little illustration, right? I love that quote at the bottom and I've put that there for you guys to think about this. Arthur Conan Doyle, he says there is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. We consider this an obvious fact. Okay, so we don't look above and beyond and question it. Is this actually true? Take a look at this illustration. Now, let's say that you can work 24 hours in a day because time is money. So you know what? You're not going to sleep. You're not going to eat. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to work 24 hours in a day. Sounds good? Let's just imagine you're a robot. Okay. Now, let's just imagine that you can make $30 an hour, which is awesome. Good amount of income. You're making you have 24 hours in a day. You're making $720 an hour. Awesome. What happens when you want to make $1,000 a day? Or what happens when you want to make $1 million a day? You're capped out because there are no more hours. So what are you going to do? Have you ever thought about that? What are you going to do? How are you going to go from $1,000 a day to $1 million a day if it's based on hours? Think about it, and now you can type your answers and tell me, what is it that you can change in order to make more money and it's not hours? What is it that you can change in order to make more money?
You want to speak it out? Please go ahead. If you want to type it out, please go ahead. Leverage income. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty nice. I like that. What can you do? So we're not talking about leverage yet, Arul. That's a really right answer. Yes, Shiva, leverage is absolutely right. What can you do? Passive. Yeah, Madhu saying passive income, amazing. I'm talking about active income. Yes, Bhagwat is coming close to it. Investing is passive. So that's all awesome. We're talking about investing. It's really, really great. I'm talking about how can you increase the amount of money that you are making per hour, for instance. Money works for you. Yes, Naveen, this is totally true. We can invest. We can have passive income, which is amazing, which is totally what we were talking about, which is learning how money works, okay, and getting that stuff done. Here is the question of how do you make more money? And I think the closest that we came to was, who was that? Who said, increase skill set, Bhagwat. Work smartly and invest a bit. Now, here's a really cool thing I want you to pay attention to, because we don't consider this. And your answers are telling me that you haven't perhaps considered this. What have you not considered?
You have not considered increasing the amount you can make per hour. You think it's dependent on your boss. You think it's dependent on somebody, okay? So you're not even thinking, how do I change this $30 per hour to $300 per hour? My clients pay me nearly $400 per hour. I'm not even joking about this. Why do they do it? Why are my clients paying me $400 an hour for the work that I do? And I want you to see on the next slide, this is the factor that you can change. This is the factor that you can change. You can change it, which is the value. The value that you bring to the hour. You are paid for the value you bring to the hour, not for the hour. You don't believe me? A cashier working for 1 hour and a cardiologist working for 1 hour. Do they get paid differently? Why? The value they bring to the hour. The cashier is doing something that's easily replaceable and anybody can do it. The cardiologist is doing something that takes away a major pain. So your value is determined by the pain that you take away for people or the gain that you give people. Is that making sense? That's landing. Give me a boom in the chat. Give me a boom in the chat. If this is landing, if this is making sense to you, if you want to.
I mean, I'd love to hear your voices as well. I don't know if it's allowed here for people to talk, but yes, I'm getting so many booms in the chat, loving it. Shiva's like, yes, and then Nidhi going with the boom, and Michael going with the boom. Dipankar saying, I'm so stupid. No, now you're smart. That's what matters. This is awesome. Shiva's like, boom. Sandeep is boom. Manoj saying, true. Savita saying, boom. I love you guys. This is awesome. I'm so happy that this is landing. So what I want you to pay attention, PK is giving me boom, boom, bombastic. Love that, Dipankar. What we have to focus on is how do you increase the hour, the value you're bringing to the hour. Because we think that rich people work a lot. That's what we think.
No.
Rich people work a lot. Okay. Someone said no. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to tell you who's the richest man on earth right now. Jeff Bezos, right? Anybody went and saw how much work he does? I think that's Alexander. I have a feeling. Okay, so I don't know who it is. Elon Musk. Oh yeah, now it's Elon Musk. Yeah, you're right. I actually did not do research on Elon Musk's working ethics, but yeah, I'll tell you about Jeff. And Elon is pretty similar as well. Okay, Elon doesn't take any meetings in the afternoon. This is very interesting. They all go home by evening. Elon, except of course, there's a launch and he works 24 to 48 hours. But Jeff, for instance, all right, I'll tell you about him. He has a net worth of over 200 billion. He wakes up without an alarm, no alarm. Sleeps for 8 hours, has no meetings in the afternoon, starts his first meeting at 10 a.m., okay, and is home in the evening for dinner. Oprah Winfrey, everybody knows her. Sarah Blakely, everybody knows her. She's $1 billion Spanx, everybody knows her, right? All of them exactly the same. Nobody's sleeping an alarm, guys. They're all sleeping for 8 hours a day. Oh, everybody knows about Warren Buffett, reading 3 hours a day because reading is so amazing, and he sits and reads for 3 hours a day, and he's making billions. And they're all having dinner with family. They're not working 24 hours. So this has to drive home the point. We have to shift our focus to value. Okay. So the obvious next question is, how do I increase my value, Cheryl? How do I increase my value? Everybody's like thinking, I'm stuck, I cannot increase my value. And that's not true. Okay. The amount of value that you can bring to the hour is totally dependent on you. And Dipankar said it, and that is improving your skill set. You have the ability to learn and improve your skill set. So I'm going to give you the top 5 ways to increase your value.
I'm going to go through this quickly because I'm mindful of time. We don't have time. I want you to write down whatever resonates with you. I also want to keep 5 minutes at the end for Q&A because I'm sure all of you will have a lot of questions. Okay, so we're going to go through this pretty quickly, so pay close attention. 5 ways to increase your value. Number 1 is education and expertise. Learn something that the marketplace wants. Become so good at it that they will pay you. Pretty simple. I'm not talking about, school education, because everybody has that. What makes you special? What makes you unique? What do you have? What's your skill set that you can take away a pain for somebody or give them a gain? Stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like that. Think about it. General practitioner doctor and a neurosurgeon. Who gets paid more? Why are they getting paid more? Because a neurosurgeon has got an expertise, if you will, right? A skill that people really want and takes away great pain for their patients. So this is what you got to be focusing on. Write this down, okay? The number 2 thing that you can do, and this is kind of going to surprise you. It's not what everybody would tell you to do. And here it is. And Alexander and Naina would get it. Why I'm saying this is to learn public speaking. And I said Naina and Alexander because both of us, all 3 of us have been in Toastmasters for a very long time. Was I born learning how to talk like this? And forget about me. I'm going to ask you, if you see somebody go up on stage, somebody you know, okay, somebody at work, I want you to imagine this. You're sitting in a meeting and then the boss says, hey, who would like to go and give a presentation on blah, blah, blah. And you see one of your colleagues who's, sitting in your office, a normal guy, he just goes up to the stage and he delivers a charismatic presentation. And everybody's like, wow. Will the value that you assign to this guy go up? Yes or no? Type it in the comments. You see somebody you know, going up on stage, giving a wonderful presentation. Kishore says yes. Sabita says yes. Shiva says yes with an exclamation mark. I like the exclamation marks. Bhagwat says yes. Naveen says yes. Nidhi says yes. So everybody's saying yes. Has everybody learned public speaking? Huh? I hope so. If you haven't, then this is your fastest way to increase your value. I couldn't go to a supermarket. Like when I would go to a supermarket, I couldn't tell the guy I want to buy a Pepsi or chips. I was such an introvert. Nobody will believe me. Nobody does believe me. But I'm going to say it and I'm going to, hope that you believe me. I was such an introvert that I would have my sister talk to people because I didn't like talking to people. I was so scared. But I learned that this is not going to serve me when I got to my bachelor's and I had to give a presentation. It was a group presentation and I just blanked out and I couldn't say anything and my palms were sweaty and I lost my voice and my group lost points because of me. And that was my wake-up call, honestly. And I said, I can't do this. I got to do something different. And so I joined Toastmasters. It changed my life. It totally changed my life. So you haven't joined Toastmasters, please do. So I'm telling you, this is a number 2 way that you can increase your value, learn public speaking. Okay, got it, guys? Everybody excited? Everybody happy? Everybody loving it? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Loving it. Okay, cool. Number 3. The third way that you can is to manage your personal branding. I know that Brainciti has done a lot of talks about this. And I'm simply going to ask you, why do you pay what you pay for a Ferrari versus what you pay for a Toyota? Is it just the way the car looks? Is the price of the metal so different? Is the price of the engine so different? All of these play a part. However, what really is a differentiator is how the Ferrari has been marketed and how it is placed as a luxury brand, as something that you will, love to be in, and the wind in your hair and all of that, and the girls and, all the beautiful stuff that they have. So it's the way that it is marketed. It's the way that you are marketed that will bring you value. So make sure that your branding is on point, looking good, delivering whatever message you want to. Okay. Number 4. The fourth way that you can increase your value is to find a mentor and a coach. Why do I say this? Because you may find someone who has done whatever you want to do. It took them 10 years to learn it. You hire them, you learn it in 10 months. So what you're going to do is you're going to quickly increase your value without having to go and do all the pitfalls and make all the mistakes. Okay, so get a coach, get a mentor. Do I have a coach and mentor? Of course. I cannot live without one. I've had a coach and a mentor for years, and I have sometimes 2, sometimes 3, depending on whatever I'm trying to improve in my life. Okay, so it has been fundamental to my progress, and I cannot recommend it enough. There is no way I can explain to you the value of a coach unless you experience it. Okay, number 5, the 5th way is to nurture your network. What do I mean this? You may have heard of this. Your network is your net worth, right? So if you know more people, especially if you know successful, powerful people, your perceived value goes up. Let me give you an example. Most of you have been in an office or are in an office. You see one of your colleagues, a normal guy who's in the office, goes away and goes for lunch. And you see during lunchtime, everybody's in the, the pantry, and he goes and he sits with the CEO of the company and he's having lunch with the CEO. Will your perceived value of this guy go up? Yes, always yes. What happens is who you surround yourself with will increase your perceived value to people. And when you hang out with powerful people, you will take on their knowledge. You will take on the way that they think. Good, yeah. PK saying yes, Shiva saying obviously yes, absolutely. So these are just ways for you to make sure that you increase your value. Okay, cool. So time to summarize, guys. Time to summarize. Who remembers secret number 1? Mahara is saying true that. Thank you, Manoram. I really love you guys contributing and sharing. It's so awesome. I just love it. So recap time. Secret number 1 is it's not how much you make, but how much you keep. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Repeat after me. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. It is your money. Please keep it. Keep it. Okay. Secret number 2, the wealthy learn how wealth works, which is what Michael is saying. Educate. Absolutely. The wealthy learn how wealth works. Educate yourself. For your sake, for your family's sake, educate yourself, okay? Because otherwise you're going to end up like Bob. Hopefully not. But without education, how are you going to get better? So get that education, okay? Secret number 3, increase your value, not your hours. Okay, so let's say them all out loud. I mean, if you want to
say it where you are. Secret number 1, it's not how much you make, but how much you keep. Secret number 2,
it's not how much you make.
Thank you. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Okay. The second one, the wealthy learn how wealth works. Wealthy learn how wealth works. Awesome. Secret number 3, increase your value, not your hours. Got it, guys? I'm not seeing your lips moving, Nidhi. I can see you. It's increase your value, not your hours. Awesome. Okay, good. Now I've got a question in the chat. I can see you guys. I'm going to take all your questions. You can just paste any questions that I missed later. I'm definitely
going to answer your questions. I totally want to. So before we go into the Q&A, we have to do something very important. It's time to...
Because how's the energy in here?
Hi.
And how's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Love it. Love it. Way to go. Okay, cool. So let's do a check-in. Let me share your inspirations. Like I said, write down whatever has inspired you today. Write it down in the chat. And I want to hear, what was your aha moment today?
What was your key takeaway? Because I want to know what's new for you guys. What really landed for you? And let me look at the questions in the meanwhile. How to choose a high value stream now. Okay, Manor is asking how. That's a Q&A. That's amazing. He says, great. I want to know what was your aha moment. Guys, type it in the chat if you...
Happy to listen to you. What was your key takeaway or your aha moment today? Give me one. Increase value, not hours. Love that, Arun. Really good. Really good. That's a really good takeaway. Increase your value, not hours. And this is key. This was a key fundamental thing for me when I kind of left the corporate, which was in 2017. And I just focused on how am I going to increase my value. And I think that's someone who asked me, how do you increase your value? You learn a skill that you're interested in. I realized I was interested in helping people and really helping them live a different life, like totally break through their fears and go to a life of freedom. And I said, what do I need to do that? I need to know how to become a good coach. So I got trained in neuro-linguistic programming. I got trained in law of attraction coaching. I got trained in emotional freedom techniques, so many things where I can contribute to people so that they can actually get this stuff, at least live the life that they want. So you choose what is your place. And your skill set is so unique to you. I can't tell you. Your skill set is unique to you. What lights your fire? What are you already predisposed to do well at? I was already predisposed to do well with money because I came from a banking profession. So what are you predisposed to do well at? What is your background? These are the questions that you have to just ask yourself and figure it out. Good. So I have PK saying mentoring the coach was very important. Oh, Manohar says important the public speaking. Love that. PK says educate yourself to grow. Yeah. And Bhagwat says how to increase your value. Absolutely. Oh, Abasi, you asked a question. You know what? I answered it without knowing you asked the question. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Basi, to answer your question, I left the corporate because I did not see how my existence was adding value to humans. It's really lame. I mean, I know that's such a cliche kind of answer, like people actually believe that shit. It really was that way. Like I was actually financing mega multi-million dollar projects, but I couldn't see how my work was really making a difference to people. And I just, it was just a thing. I just said, now's the time. I need to do something
to make a difference. And I think after a while, all of us as human beings, it's in our DNA that we care about others, that we want to contribute. Many of us can't do it because we cannot get out of our own limitations, right? But we all want to help others. And so I think, and like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you meet your physiological needs, you meet your sociological needs, you meet all those needs. And in the end, it's actualization. What is actualization? It's like, why am I here? What's my purpose? How am I contributing to the planet? How's the planet going to be better because I was here? And that's the reason I left the corporate. And I will never go back to the corporate. I mean, I will never. Like, I love what I'm doing right now. It is, you see the energy and the passion I have. It's because I'm doing what I love. I get emotional. I'll try not to. Next question. Okay, what other questions do we have? Did I answer everybody's questions, guys? Nidhi, did I miss anything? I have someone saying, thank you for the wake-up call, Cheryl. You're most welcome, Dipankar. That was my intention from today's experience, that it will bring you guys something that you haven't thought of or seen, or give you inspiration to move forward. Okay, amazing. So I think we already did the Q&As. If there's any other Q&A, maybe Nidhi and can tell me if you're allowed to speak and take Q&As. I'm not sure how it works in here.
Okay, so we'll take a 1-minute break with vote of thanks, and then we'll carry on. We'll stop the live and carry on with the Q&A.
Perfect. Amazing. Let's do it.
Okay, so here you go. So I would love to invite Nana, and thank you very much for coming here. Nana, please do the vote of thanks for Cheryl. Can you please stop your sharing?
Sure thing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, fantastic. I'm sure the house is full here. And thank you so much, Cheryl, for coming all the way from Canada. I don't know how many hours of time difference is here. And we all love you. So more power to you, and no fear at all. The fear to freedom, right? Right. Thank you so much. And I think you gave us more than 3 secrets to build wealth. Now, everyone had a lot of aha moments. So thank you so much. So let us use the reaction button, guys. Put it in the reaction button. How do you feel right now? Is it a heart? Is it a happy? Is it confetti? Is it a thumbs up? What is it?
It's high. And also.
Love that. Perfect.
Right. We have a perfect audience today, I must say. And Cheryl, oh, sorry, you have to share that again. And this is a small token of love from all of us in Brainciti to you.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have several from Brainciti, and we love you. You don't need the certificate for that. So thank you so much for coming in. It's a small token of appreciation.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because we want to keep the YouTube live and crisp for 1 hour. Hence, we want to stop the YouTube live. But